Sits and your questions right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Sunday morning, 2 hours until kickoff. Jaguars and Dolphins. Actually, Trevor Lawrence versus Tua Tagovailoa. That's pretty good. That's appointment viewing, everybody. We'll get your lineup set right now. I'm Adam Azer with Heath Cummings on FFT in 5. So let's talk about the replacement running backs now. Christian McCaffrey's on IR, so it's definitely going to be Chuba Hubbard this week, and at least for the next 3 weeks. That's a tough break, by the way. But we've got Darrell Williams. We've got Chuba Hubbard. We've got Devontae Booker, Alex Collins. We've got Khalil Herbert. How do you feel about this group in general?
For the most part, I think most of them are number 2 running backs. Hubbard projects as the best. I was encouraged by the fact, and we kind of glossed over it because we thought McCaffrey was coming back the following week. But in his second start, Hubbard actually did get most of the receiving work. And so that helps his projection out quite a bit. If he's just an early down back, it wouldn't be as interesting. But I would rank them Hubbard, Herbert, Williams, Booker. But Hubbard's more of a high-end number 2. The other guys are low-end number 2s.
One more guy in there, Alex Collins.
He's at the back of the group for me, just because I don't know how many points to expect from this Seattle offense against a very good Pittsburgh defense.
Okay. Hubbard, yeah, I'm excited about him. I'm starting him over Chase Edmonds in PPR because the Vikings' run defense is so bad, and they will be without starting defensive tackle Michael Pierce. So the matchup's really good, and he got, I think, 29 touches last week. You look at the Dallas game, he didn't have such a good game against Dallas. Well, running backs don't do that well against Dallas. They don't get a lot of carries. They're always playing from behind. Now, we've had a lot of good news on wide receivers. McLaurin, feeling good. Looks like he's going to play. Mike Williams expected to play. Justin Jefferson's going to play, so that's good. So any of the stud receivers that had been banged up, Tyreek Hill, we don't know. Do you have any hesitation at all with any of these guys?
Well, I'm starting them, so no, I guess not any that matters. But no, I'm pretty concerned about guys who go backwards on the practice report, like Terry McLaurin did. I'm pretty concerned about guys who aren't able to get onto the practice field at all, like Mike Williams. But just projecting them without thinking about the injury, they're all top 12 wide receivers. So I'm not going to discount them enough to where I'm actually not starting them.
How about Taylor Heineke with McLaurin a little banged up? I mean, he obviously is such a big deal for Heineke here, who's one of the best streamers, if not the best this week. Are you starting Heineke still?
Probably starting Heineke still. I mean, I was starting him over Ryan Tannehill. I was starting him over Sam Darnold. I was starting him over Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, those kind of guys. I'm not starting him over any of the legitimate top 10 quarterbacks. And I do think that the dinged upness of McLaurin makes it easier to start Wentz as a streamer over Heineke. I think Tua is right in that same discussion, going to start here in about 2 hours against Jacksonville. So if you were a little worried about it, either of those guys I have right in the same range as Heineke.
Was that a 2 hours?
No.
Oh, okay. That's, usually that's what I would expect. Dalvin Cook, all systems go with him?
Not quite all systems go. I don't have him ranked like I normally do. I'm a little bit worried again that he's going to come back to more of a committee than he's been in the past, at least this first week back. I would still start him over all of the backup running backs we talked about, but he's just barely outside of my top 12.
They do have a bye next week, so you wonder if they maybe take it easy on him in a way that is more relevant maybe for DFS than it is for your regular fantasy leagues, because you are going to start Dalvin Cook. All right, by the way, take a look at your rosters before the games start and take a look at week 7, because there are 6 teams on bye, including some of the top offenses here. Bills, Chargers, I believe the Cowboys, all on bye next week, and the Vikings. So you might need reinforcements. Get them now if you can. Pick up the Patriots DST right now. They play the Jets next week if you can afford to roster a second one. There are a lot of options. I picked up Matt Ryan for his matchup against the Dolphins, I believe, next week, because I have a quarterback on bye. So keep an eye on week 7 as you make your week 6 roster moves if you have some space. All right, let me see if I can get to a couple of emails here or questions from our live audience on YouTube. Do you think Dearness Johnson is worth picking up? One viewer wants to know.
I saw that Jamie picked him up in a league. I kind of expect Felton to take more of the passing game work and Hunt to have more of the running game work, but in a deeper league, sure.
Okay. Pick 2. Jalen Waddle, Tim Patrick, Marvin Jones, or St. Brown?
I would go with Waddle and Patrick.
Booker or Josh Jacobs, full PPR?
I'm going to go with Booker.
Hamburger or pizza?
Probably pizza. I had bison burgers last night. They were pretty fantastic, but
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Bison burger's good. Yeah. But like pizza's always good. Yeah. Yeah.
no, I had pizza in one city in particular, and it
Yeah.
was
Well,
not good
that's
at all.
like, what do you want me to say? You went to like you get like an
And
airport
New
fast food
York pizza, it
pizza in
was
LaGuardia.
pretty mediocre.
Okay, Higby or Schultz, and Higby or Knox, 2 different.
Schultz and Knox.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. CeeDee Lamb or Devontae Booker.
Ooh, I would probably start Booker.
And I'm going to ask you the final question: start or sit? Kadarius Toney and AJ Brown. Who do you like better?
I would probably start Brown over Toney. They're both in the same wide receiver 3 range for me. It's not that I don't buy into Toney. It's just we haven't seen anything with Shepard on the field with him. So let's see how that goes.
That is it for Fantasy Football Today in 5. Good luck in week 7. Or no, good luck in week 6, everybody. And get ready for week